In this video, I will be showing you how to create two different types of chalk drawings. The first drawing will be a jellyfish. For a more simple project, you can skip to the 8-minute 10-second mark where we will be creating a chalk doodle. For this project, we will be using a piece of black construction paper, colored chalk, and Q-tips. I start by drawing a wobbly circle with the blue chalk and outline it with a larger wobbly circle. This will be the body of the jellyfish. Next, I draw 4 squiggly U shapes inside of the body. Now it's time for the tentacles. I start with 4 thicker tentacles and shade just the edges of them with a bunch of horizontal lines. Once I'm done with the thicker tentacles, I add some thinner, longer tentacles. I decided to darken up the body by going over the lines with chalk again, as well as shade the inner body line. Next, I go in with my yellow chalk and create swirls along the thin tentacles, making a yellow dot where each tentacle begins. Then I darken the U shapes with blue chalk and add a yellow highlight to each U as well as to the inner circle of the body. Next, I started a new jellyfish with purple and blue chalk. This one I drew from a slightly different angle, but followed the same steps from the first jellyfish. Here I'm just shading the bottom edges of the body with purple chalk. Now I'm taking my orange chalk to outline the body to add some more color to the jellyfish. I also outline the bottom edges of the thick tentacles and add some orange dots to the curly tentacles. Once this is done, I take a Q-tip and start blending out all the edges of the jellyfish's body. I take my purple chalk and darken a bit of the shading that I lost while blending and darkening the orange lines too. Next, I go back to the first jellyfish and blend its body as well. I blend the inner circle and all around the U shape in the middle. I go over the U shapes with blue and yellow chalk again, and I also darken up the inner circle of the jellyfish's body with just yellow chalk. Next, I add some blue bubbles to the background and blend them out with a Q-tip. I do the same with some smaller blue dots as well as some yellow dots. When I'm happy with the background, I add a curvy orange border and blend that out as well. I create a dark orange line all around the edges of the drawing to finish the piece. For the chalk doodle, start by creating random spiral circles on the page. I kept mine fairly far apart to leave room for the next step. I decided to make these spirals into flowers, but you could make these into any design you would like. Once I was finished drawing the flowers, I start creating sunbursts around each flower using different colored chalks to fill the whole page up. I kept adding lines until I was happy with how full the page was. Then I created a border along the edges. I changed my chalk color as I got to each different section of Sunburst. I wanted the burst patterns to be fuller, so I went back and added in more lines. To finish the drawing, I filled in some of the flower petals, added some dots around certain flowers, and outlined the others with a thin line.